We created Kaboom to offer students career-connected learning through professional training in the commercial arts industry. This education provides them the opportunity to raise their own levels of excellence through their studies, thought processes, and initiatives. Our members create everything that we do, all while working under the guidance of professionals in the industry. Members of our design and marketing team created the entire look of this show. The poster, the vinyl, the singles art. Members of the production team handled all of the interviews, the storyline, and were involved with the editing of this film. The podcast team handled interviews and editing and production of their show. Members of the sound team made sure the microphones were set up properly. And members of the composer team wrote the charts that the studio orchestra studied, performed, and recorded. All of this done under the guidance of professionals in the industry.
Kaboom is an explosion of synergy, collaboration, support, and excitement.
Kaboom is unique because it's one of the only opportunities in the area where I can consistently work on playing multiple instruments and doubling.
It's not just about playing and recording with different groups, but it's learning about how all of it actually works, how it's all sent out, how you can make money with it, potential future jobs, and you also make a lot of connections.
This is new and this is different. Everyone wants to be here and wants to be a part of this art, and I think that's extremely special.
Kaboom is professional training in all different aspects of the commercial industry. The studio orchestra is the hub of Kaboom because everything that we do is based around the music in whatever production we do. But different arms of the industry are also explored through whatever that production is.
It's preparing me more for professional settings where I would actually interact with people like this and interact with the technology and the real productions.
We focus more on studio work and making recordings. That's not something I've ever really done.
Our students who come in as a member of the studio orchestra can sort of use their instrument as the hub of their artistic discovery to figure out other arms of the industry that they might be interested in learning more about and getting training in that.
Kaboom, to me, is an opportunity to participate in all parts of a production and not just focus on the music on the page, but really get to have hands in the process of creating something from scratch.
Kaboom, to me, is first and foremost a community of friends, a community of musicians, mentors, but then also cool music, fun projects, engaged people, and new innovation.
I found my home on the podium of a youth orchestra, and I realized that that was what my calling was, to create and teach and be with all of these students in that large setting. And I played with several different names and came up with Contemporary Youth Orchestra.
And after school, I came back to see another CYO show that Liza was doing, and there were empty seats. And I thought, this place should be full, and I really would like to help. So I sent her an email, and then 3 months later, she responded, and we got together, and I ended up joining the board of that organization, and over time became kind of the brand manager slash kind of manager of the orchestra, and we just figured out that we worked really well together.
We brought in incredible artists like Julie and Steve Bernstein, who are Emmy Award-winning cartoon composers, and did a cartoon show with them. I commissioned 11 different concertos for Cleveland Orchestra members and had them come in and work with us, and started a series called Rock the Orchestra. And I've worked with Ray Manzarek from The Doors, and Graham Nash, and Pat Benatar, and Melissa Etheridge, and Kenny Loggins, and Bootsy Collins, and Ben Folds. And the longest standing relationship that I've had is with Styx. And through that experience with Styx, I've become their tour conductor as well. And so the opportunities that I have had, and probably a couple thousand students have had, is just incredible. And that's not the normal experience that high schoolers get.
Over that course of time, there were a lot of students asking for more projects that weren't necessarily performance-based.
And Joe and I talked about this for years, about how can we give our students a different experience, something that is tactile when it comes to getting the necessary training they need to do industry work. And then it hit us. An educational platform that was focused on giving professional training in the commercial industry. And that's how Kaboom was born.
We call it Kaboom for a reason. Artists, musicians, technicians, and experts unite, bringing their skills, passion, and vision to the project. Then, Kaboom! New art is born. It's not just about the final product, it's about the raw, collaborative process that makes it all happen. Bold, mind-bending art, human connection, safe spaces to explore the extraordinary. Our constantly evolving programs are immersive, accessible, and anything but ordinary. Every project is explosive.
It's everything you would want in an ensemble, but also a learning experience. I'm growing as a musician by playing all these types of rep, but in between that rep and everything that we're doing in these rehearsals, I'm also learning just how to be an overall performer.
It's really nice getting to work with professionals and learn about like product and brand design as well, because like what I want to do is a lot of freelance work. So having the experience of how to market for a specific show or even just for yourself is really beneficial, and being able to work with professionals who know how to do that the best and being able to implement that into our own work as well as doing it with Kaboom for each of the productions.
For Kaboom Collective, I play trumpet, but I'm also able to explore many different fields. Like, I co-host a podcast, I run Kaboom's TikTok page, and I'm also a member of the production team, and I'm the production manager for the documentary that we're putting on, which is really exciting. Through Kaboom, I've been able to realize that there's so many different fields and so many ways that you can get in on, like, the creative side of music.
My name is Joe Petrino, and I am a student musician in the Kaboom Studio Orchestra. And not only am I a percussionist, but I'm really into producing, filmmaking, audio and video production. And I heard that there was an opportunity to be a part of something like that with a producer. Our project is we're making this documentary, and I thought it was super cool to be able to have the opportunity to do that.
You're gonna frame that. We got audience, we got the whole stage, we got all the lights. This is your beauty shot that will lay down as, for all intents and purposes, like a line.
At Kaboom Collective, collaboration knows no limits. From rock legends to experts across industries, we work with partners who push the boundaries of what's possible. Our projects span every kind of media reaching audiences beyond the stage, on every platform, in every format. Kaboom is everywhere, creating powerful experiences for those who consume media in new ways. In our next fearless collaboration, Mourning, BLKstar, where music, culture, and creativity unite.
Mourning, BLKstar is a bunch of artistic and musical geniuses, weirdos that have a great skill.
From my experience, Mourning, BLKstar is, much like Kaboom, a collaborative project that is multi-generational.
I consider Mourning, BLKstar to be a fully collaborative group of folks who came together to create art and make music.
It is the great experiment to see if it's possible to have a collective and hold true to what that actually means.
Liza asks if I would want to and be able and willing to be the brass coach. I cannot exactly remember how we met, but that's like with many of my artist friends and colleagues. We kind of just are all in the same scene, and eventually, you know, we all know the same folks. Liza invited me to be a part of this collaboration.
So yes with accents, but feeling it just a bit more laid back.
The lead up to E sounds great. Keep that intensity there. Let's do that again, please, before E. 7 before E. We'll continue again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 5.
We were in some area in Italy, Pordenone or Monte Casaro, if I'm saying that correctly, and just kind of had this energy on us from having this first European tour. And I looked at Teresa and I said, when we get back, I want to do something like really big. I want us to do something like really amazing. And I said to her, we should like do something with an orchestra. And she said, do you remember Kaboom from when we won the Cleveland Arts Prize, Emerging Artist Prize in 2021? And she said, well, I can connect us with them. And then it was on and popping from there. It feels like an ecosystem. And in an ecosystem, you have different parts, but if you put one thing in the ecosystem that doesn't work, like nothing works.
Close though. Yeah. Yeah, that's tip.
Flip the stick, maybe?
You could, yeah. You could use the butt end, but you don't really have to if you use the shoulders, and the shoulders will take care of it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
So in this collaboration with Kaboom, it feels like such a thriving ecosystem where no part feels like, I don't like that, or no part doesn't work, and each person that's present kind of look and say, wow, like that's beautiful, and I get to be a part of it.
This project is that it reflects the importance of collaboration, or the power of collaboration, and the discipline that requires to be successful at it, like the respect, like give space, allow somebody to, pop into your lane because they have a feeling, and respect that feeling even if you're not sure what that is, right. That kind of a pace, that kind of the way society should work together is reflective of that. That's kind of what our music is about.
Yeah. Yeah, totally collaborative project with, our band independently, collaborative, collective. We all are able to bring our own things to the table, and then, experience it together. Likewise with Kaboom as being another collective with the same kind of important practices in place. So to have this kind of master collaborative event will be real special.
It was a real treat to work with Mourning of BLKstar because we got to do a lot of innovative and interesting things with the orchestration because they're such an innovative and progressive band. So students and myself got to do things like have their music kind of layered into the piece, and we added some decorative things like these really long extended glissing that usually we don't get to do with most of the other orchestrations that we've done.
So I think for the band as a whole, it was a really great learning process to see how things work on a larger scale, working with an orchestra, and also working with this many people. There's an orchestra, you have our band, there's dancers, there's lighting, there's staging. That's a lot going on.
I do recording and production for Kaboom. I work with the Kaboom Collective to capture audio and edit and mix audio, work with the students on understanding audio and specifically the production team within Kaboom to help them understand the technology we're using, the techniques we're using, and the approach to the work they're doing with the other students. They become somebody that the other students can turn to and rely on in the space. So.
It can go anyway.
Yeah, think about it in the shortest line so you can make it all connect.
Okay.
All right?
So yeah, let's... to cellos. Take the cellos to the bass, and then the bass to the set. We'll run a separate line for this percussion stuff.
Okay, so to be clear,
so violin was first to the cello, cello to bass, bass to set.
And we can chain
up to 4. So that's it on that line.
No, we do.
Here today, though, we're surrounded by 40, 50 microphones, and we have 3 different mixing boards set up for tonight. We're going to do for this performance, we're going to do 3 independent recordings that are going to be synced up because of the amount of tracks we need to capture. We have a monitor mixer board for the orchestra that all the orchestra mics are going into, and then the band monitor board that all of the band's mics and lines are going to. And then out in the center of the house out there, we have the front of house console that those tracks are coming together and then being amplified for the audience. So we're gonna record off of each of these a multi-channel, so we capture each of these microphones and instruments separately, so I can mix and blend the whole performance and make a really good quality representation of that live performance.
I got a call from Liza again, and she says, hey, I'm doing this project, Kaboom Collective, you know, and we're looking for a choreographer, and I thought you would be a great fit for that. Boom, 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 boom. Look, you gotta look first. Wait. When you first get up, his arms down. Look, yes. Look back, look up, hinge. 2, 3, 4. And as she told me about the project, I said, yes, I know this company that I think would fit because it's all about youth and creativity and collaboration. And I think that would go right hand in hand with what Kaboom is doing. And so once I got the songs, we got the script, I said, yes, this works. So we went right into rehearsals. And here we are today.
It's been really wonderful looking at designing this both from a perspective of the theatrical orchestra lens, as well as all the video and documentary stuff that we're doing. It gives you that kind of that exciting approach of doing multiple things. Now, my role as a lighting designer is placing all of the lights. I think about it a lot like in an orchestra way, where we have lighting instruments, and so we can change the angle and the color to fit the mood, to fit the rhythm, to really compose. So we're creating and telling a story here in Kaboom. It's not just a whole bunch of pieces of music. It's all about storytelling and heart and the journey that we take. And as a lighting designer, my goal is to collaborate on all of these different aspects and really highlight all the ways we can tell stories.
Hold me close and keep me warm. I've had enough of all your wrong. let me love you down.